Hello.
Hey, Brett, it's Rowan from Silver Tiger Media. How are you?
Hey, I'm great. How are you doing?
Oh, excellent. Thank you. What a tremendous treat to speak with you. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you.
A big thrill for me. All of us in Australia and New Zealand are so looking forward to your return after 17 years. Can you believe it's been that long?
Oh my God, time goes by so fast when you're not when you have your head down and you're just running through life. It goes by so quickly.
Absolutely. And, of course, this visit is part of the Sunburn 20th celebration tour. Wow. I can't believe that it's been that long, but the tracks like particularly Shimmer or Jesus and Oregon have such a timeless quality. You've been very busy, Brett, but does it feel like 20 years has passed since that album was released?
I know. It's so crazy, and who knows, one of these days, maybe I'll be like the Stones that were like 50 years ago, but, it's pretty amazing that, I feel very lucky and happy that I've had a really nice, fun career on it, man. The fans have really given me something to be proud of, so.
Absolutely. And for the show itself to celebrate here in Australia and in New Zealand, what do you have in store for us? Is it playing tracks from the album in sequence or mixing things up from show to show?
Yeah, right now I'm planning to play the record. There's a reason why when we made the album, there's a reason why we put the songs in that order. And so I figure why not? Let's just do the album in that same order and everything. We'll also play some songs off the later albums too, like just something like Human Record and Natural Selection and maybe even Puppet Strings. So, but the main focus is going to be on performing the Sunburn album.
And as you say, sequencing was so very important on that album that it is important to run it in order for the show. I understand that completely, but to hear that you're going to play some of the tracks that we've missed hearing live is really sensational. It takes excitement up to a whole new level.
Yeah, there's a few songs that I haven't played in years that we'll be playing on this tour, so I'm really excited about that. Songs like Hideaway and It's Come to This. I haven't played that song in so many years. I don't know how long it's been. So,
oh my God, Brett! I was excited before, but listening to you now, it takes it to a whole new level.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be
indeed a tremendous treat and a great celebration of Sunburn 20th anniversary. In anticipation, and I can't help but ask this, is there a particular track from Sunburn that really has always, even to this day, sends the crowds absolutely nuts?
Well, Shimmer was a big song, that was our starting gate, and we ran out and that song still to this day does great for us. People want to hear it and love hearing it. But, there's also songs like Jesus Oregon and Bittersweet, things like that are really big songs. So, and the fans just go nuts over them. So it's good. It's a cool thing.
Oh, absolutely. And, of course, you've been playing live in August and last month. And I know that you're in Australia and New Zealand is keenly awaited by so many people, prompting huge excitement. Our local fuelies have been going absolutely off tap. When you play these incredible tracks live, does the level of sheer excitement for these songs 20 years on take you by surprise at all?
Oh, I don't know about surprised, but incredibly thankful, that's for sure. It's such a, what I do, being in the music business is such a small little hole, a window of opportunity in there, and to be able to jump through it and have the opportunity of actually landing on the other side is a pretty awesome thing, and so, I could be an accountant or something right now, but I'm still a musician, having a great time, loving music and loving life, and playing all these songs that have been a part of my life for so long now. So it's really fun.
Absolutely. I think that's a key critical aspect of this tour. I mean, for a man who has been through the industry and done so many things, you bring such a wealth of skill and experience now and a rich history since the 20 years since Sunburn was released. From Circus Diablo to the X's and working with Robbie Krieger and the late Ray Manzarek. I mean, touring with them must have been just incredible.
Oh, man, over the years, one of the best things really for me, I feel like, was the time that I took away from Fuel was so beneficial for me because I walked from there and I just played with as many people as I could. And, and I was fortunate enough to have so many incredibly talented players in my grab bag, from playing with Slash and Dave Navarro and all those guys, and then also playing with, as you said, Ray and Robbie, Ray and Derek and Robbie Krieger of the Doors. And so those guys have all taught me so many amazing things about just music and about performing and about being artistic and creating. So it was nice to be able to come back into Fuel and use a lot of my newfound knowledge on making the Puppet Strings record, So, and I'm working on some new material now for the future, so I'll have a few songs for next year too. So, and I owe a lot of my current writing chops and everything to Ray and Robbie and to everyone else. So.
No, absolutely sensational. As we say, just such a wealth of experience and knowledge. While we're on the new material, I realise you're probably sick of being asked this, and I do apologise if that's the case, but how are we going for a new album?
I think right now the main thing is I'm focused on just picking a few songs and focusing, sitting on those and releasing those at some point early in the year. And then I might have a few more songs to go with them to complete an album by the end of the year. So that's the plan.
Oh, fantastic. Look, what was of huge excitement, of course, was the release from World Fire Brigade. I mean, my God, Take Me Away is one of my all-time favourites. But the beginnings of World Fire Brigade were a little unusual.
Yeah, that was such a fun record to make, and I love that song too. It was so good. And that's one of the songs in particular that Sean and I had a lot of fun writing on because we were trading off on vocals and stuff. And I think also we had who sat in with us on guitar on that one? I think it was Rob Caggiano.
It was too from Volbeat.
With Anthrax. He's in Volbeat. Yeah. I think Caggiano played on that track too. So. That record was a zero pressure record, man, and it was just a lot of fun to write, and we were just trying to write great songs, and we weren't trying to place it anywhere. We had no idea what we were going to do with it in the first place. So I think that's why that record kind of came out pretty honest.
Honest, absolutely. Spreading My Wings is just a sensational album, but in my humble opinion, just underrated. Yourself with Ken and Sean and Eddie. I mean, Eddie Wall produced the 2014 Fuel album, Puppet Strings, as well.
Yeah. Eddie and I live really close to each other, and we've worked on so many things together. We have another project that we've been doing called Melody Brothers that is a really sexy bluesy project. So hopefully there'll be some more of that coming out soon.
Wonderful.
But Eddie's a lot of fun to play with.
Absolutely, and just that experience between the two of you has just culminated into a fantastic album with Puppet Strings. It makes the next one so much more exciting, as does your vast experience as a musician. There are so many reasons to come and see you and the guys playing. We can't wait for your return to Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah, well, there's at least 12 issues, or 12 reasons to come out and see us play. That's the 12 songs on the Sunburn record, right?
Absolutely, without a doubt. And although I understand there's more than a few fans for Phil Buckman hanging out too. I mean, he doesn't make you watch reruns of Beverly Hills when you're on a tour bus, does he?
Oh my God, he traps us in the back lounge and forces us to watch his old TV shows. It's true. It's true.
Oh,
He writes it down and makes us watch all of his episodes.
Incredible. Well, I feel for you guys, particularly Shannon and Jason as well. It'll be tremendous. It's going to be such a sight for sore eyes. We cannot wait to see you back out here. You've seen changes in music over such a long period of time and experienced everything firsthand, but your love for creating music remains resolute. What drives you to keep creating and playing?
Oh man, sometimes nothing drives you. Sometimes you just don't want to do it. But then there's other times, but that's good. That's good because then once you're ready to get back in it, then it becomes an infatuation again, and you can't stay away from it. You just have to be creative, and it's an outlet, and sometimes the faucet is turned off, but once you turn it back on, it can stay on pretty good and flow. It flows really heavy for me. So, yeah, but like I said, sometimes it's not always easy to keep it going.
Yeah, absolutely. And I must ask you, if I may, do you remember a time way back when? I mean, back after Reel to Reel, after Small the Joy, but maybe around the time you walked into the Longview Farm studios, was there a moment that you recall where it just struck you, we're on our way, it's going to happen?
I think at those times we felt good about things, and we felt very positive and optimistic about where things were headed. We didn't really know what was going to happen though, because we had, I think we were training ourselves by looking at and listening to horror stories,
Yeah,
so we could at least prepare ourselves for just in case, but. For the most part, we felt really confident and happy with who we were as a band and what our music sounded like and stood for, and we were really lucky that we migrated to a town called Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and we lived there for a while and just kind of hit the pavement there and became a big fish in a small pond, and then it just kind of all expanded from there. So luckily for us, we always had a gradual rise. It was never a have to fall into the trenches and then get ourselves back up kind of feeling. We were always just really strong as a band and knew what our collective goal was and fought hard to get there. So.
Absolutely, and of course a few years later Sunburn was the result that we're celebrating now with its anniversary. We'll see you starting on Saturday the 2nd of December at Perth and finishing up the tour in Auckland on the 13th of December. But we cannot wait to see you over here. Thank you very much for including us in the tour. I realise you've got people waiting for you. In the meantime, it's been a pleasure. Please travel safely, my friend. We'll look forward to your arrival.
We will see you in Australia very soon.
Sounds wonderful. We'll look forward to it. Brett, travel safely, my friend.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye.